Looking forward to kind of DLC 3 and 4, is there anything that you can give us that we can expect other than just zombies?
I think the thing that I can absolutely guarantee for you is every time we do a DLC and every time we do a zombies map, we cram it absolutely packed full of narrative, as we're kind of taking you to this kind of ultimate place in DLC 4, which when you get there, essentially is going to put braces around the whole 8 years worth of zombie storyline that we've been telling from the very beginning of Nacht at the end of World at War all the way to the name that I can't tell you right now for DLC 4.
I think that's one of the great things about it though, is everything is interlinked, you're always looking back. Like, think about it, we haven't found stuff in World at War, so there's got to be little story hints all the way along that people will just blow people.
So Jason Blundell said he was put braces around everything that we've done in the past 8 years, going from Nocturne Tone all the way up to DLC 4. Now, combining what he said with another thing that he said, he actually called DLC 4 the ultimate place. So combining those two, and the ultimate place is basically gonna be, I mean, every sort of little information, like everything that we've ever done in zombies, every little piece and bit of information, anything we've ever done out of the course of the last 8 years in zombies is actually going to come together and actually going to make sense in the ultimate place. But this isn't exactly anything new. We've actually known about this for quite a while. I just thought it was really interesting that the wording that he used he said he's going to put braces around everything, which means everything from the past 8 years, Nocturne Tone to the ultimate place, which is DLC 4, which we haven't seen yet. It's all going to intertwine, and actually it's all going to make sense. So you actually have to keep in mind that we are actually telling a story. So right now we have Primis, we have the 4 people, you can know their names, running through the universe, you know, getting their souls, collecting the 1.0 version of themselves, you know, sort of the bad version that's going to corrupt everything. They're killing them and putting their souls in the summoning key, which we don't know what that's exactly going to be for yet. But we do know that in the next map, which is DLC 3, we're going to get Nicholas, so we're going to kill him. That's pretty much it. Nothing really is really going to matter. We can already predict that. But then in DLC 4, we're going to use the summoning key, and it sort of sounds like this is like the whole storyline is going to come to a close. It's going to come to a conclusion. So I think there's going to be 2 alternate endings. Now, the first one being everything that's never made sense, everything's going to come to a conclusion. Everything we didn't understand before is actually going to be explained. And we've already seen a little bit of stuff being explained. As for Dreisendracht, we had Dr. Groff, and we had the whole Moon Group, and that was being explained. And then with Zetsubu no Shima, we had Division 9 explaining sort of everything on Shino Numa and Division 9 and stuff, so it kind of pieced that together for us. So we're basically assuming that in the next map, wherever it may be, it's going to sort of be explaining, you know, another piece. As for it explained Muton, then explained Shino Numa, we're going to be explaining another map that we never understood before. Now, we're already assuming that it's going to be in somewhere in Russia, so we're going to assume that already, but we don't know the actual map that's going to be coming in DLC 4. We don't know where it's going to be. We have no clue, no leads, no anything. They throw us through a loop, and they've just taken away all of our theories. We have nothing to think about this, except for one, which I'll explain a little bit later on in the video. But for now, we want to talk about DLC 4. So we know it's going to sort of be surpassing, you know, the epicness and like the legendness that Origins had. I mean, that was seriously just one of the best maps. So in Black Ops 1, we blew up the moon. They left us at a pause. You know, where are our characters going to go? They didn't go anywhere. They stayed on the moon. What we done in Black Ops 2 was they actually introduced a whole new crew, which threw us through another loop, and we seen the Earth was all blown up. You know, there's a big lava pit in transit in town, so we knew that those are such survivors that were on there. But one thing that I still don't understand, that I don't know if they'll bring back to the storyline, is Russman. He said he was a former operative of Broken Arrow. Maybe that's another codename for Element, or not Element, but Group 935 or Division 9 or Dr. Groff and the Moon People. So we don't know where Russman's coming from. Anyways, after we done DLC 1 and 2, we got on 3, then we seen them buried, you know, we're at a cliffhanger. Who's going to win? Maxis, Richtofens, and which side is actually, you know, going to be the storyline? And then with DLC 4, instead of telling us, they threw us all the way back to where it all began. And then within Black Ops 3, we knew that after, you know, sort of buried, they actually went back in time and started killing themselves, to killing their 1.0 versions. And that's just, you know, a little incentive as to, you know, how crazy the storyline's been so far, and, you know, what they could have in store for us next. But getting back to how Moon is linked in with Shino Numa, and the Shino Numa map is linked in with Zetsubu no Shima, we're actually assuming that the Ascension group is going to be linked in with the next map, and that's sort of going to, you know, go ahead and, you know, tie everything together there. So for DLC 4, we have no location, we have nothing to know about it, aside from the fact that it's going to tie everything together, seeing how it sounds like a conclusion. And I think our characters are going to come together, and everything's going to start making sense, and it's going to, you know, sort of be, we're going to end it off, the storyline's going to end, and this is basically going to be for the preservation of the world itself and Maxis's children. Now, we know Maxis is taking care of 2 people, now we know that Samantha is actually Maxis's daughter, but then we have another guy named Edward. So is that Edward Richtofen's son, maybe, that he never spoke of. I would find it weird if it wasn't, because that's actually a theory that I haven't heard, because his name is Edward, and we know that by the end of DLC 4, the Origins cutscene is actually going to make sense, and we're actually going to know, you know, what that is and what's going on. So this does sound like a sort of do or die situation, as for they have no other option. So after everything's are saved and everything, and you know the world's fine and everything's preserved and it's good, we have no clue what's gonna happen after that as for the whole zombie thing goes. But in my opinion, out of my two conclusions for the first one, which I've been speaking of, I still think that everything through DLC 1 through this last one here, so Nocturne Tone to DLC 4, the whole storyline's gonna start and it's gonna end. So we're gonna know everything that happened there, and I don't think that they're really gonna continue this because it's too convoluted. They might continue zombies, they're gonna continue zombies just because of how much of a big success it is. But I'm not sure what to do about the the whole storyline part, because it does sound like they're coming to a close, and I don't think that they'd really drag this on too much longer. As for the storyline's already convoluted and confusing enough, and then I don't think they could actually drag this on, because if they did, it'd just be never ending, like they'd never be able to stop it. So as for this goes, I still don't think that they should get rid of the 4 characters. Even if they did get rid of the 4 characters, I don't know what we would do, because I mean these 4 characters pretty much make zombies. I mean I can't really imagine playing without these 4 characters. Now for the second ending, for the alternate ending, I think that everything is saying Primis will ultimately fail, but I don't think they will fail in this mission, as for they have a backup plan with the blood vials, which I will be discussing in a later video. So if you guys don't know what the blood vials are of the characters on Mob of the Dead, that their prison suit numbers are the same numbers on the blood vials of Richtofens. So basically this pretty much tells us that Richtofen has the characters off of Mob of the Dead, they have their blood, and we really don't know why. So if this plan fails, I think the blood vials is gonna be a backup plan. This is why Primis won't fail this time around. As for they've done this so many times, I mean even Nikolai himself said he's killed a bunch of Richtofens before, just because how many times they've been through this, how many times they've tried, and how many times they've failed. So I don't think this time they'll fail. I think this time maybe let's say for example they summon the other 4 characters and the 8 themselves fix everything. Now say if that's the plan and to fix everything, and then some other like overpowering force just wrecks the whole plan up and basically nothing gets fixed, these blood vials are going to help us out for the alternate ending. But it's not the fact that everybody's going to the whole maps and the whole storyline is going to make sense with the brace comment that he made and everything. It's the fact that he said as soon as we get the map, everything's going to make sense. So I can only imagine so like a Bioshock Infinite, sort of feeling once we get in the map. We see all the events happening like right before our eyes, maybe in a cutscene or whatever, or maybe in the actual map itself. Because he said as soon as we get in the map, we're gonna know everything. So maybe there's like if there's more than the intro and the prologue and the ending log cutscene, so maybe there's more than 2, maybe there's a bunch, or maybe just as soon as we get in the map, we see like in the top, like we see one portion, like we look to our left and we see Verrucht happening, we look to our right and we see Buried happening, and we look above us and we see Origins happening, we look below us and we see us killing each other on freaking these other crazy maps that we've had in Black Ops 3. So this is absolutely insane. Maybe this will be like in Argartha or in the crazy place. Now we do know in Origins we let Maxis into Argartha and we let Samantha out, but we also, that's only one storyline, one timeline, but we know in a different timeline Edward, Samantha, and Maxis are all in the same house. Now I can only think once we get into this new DLC 4, we'll be able to actually go inside the house and explore and see what's going on, and we'll actually be able to see like maybe flashbacks or something, sort of like the dog that we had in Durai Strike, like sort of like actual flashbacks of stuff that's happened that's not actually happening right now, but we're seeing like a flashback of it, like as if it's actually happening now, but it's just a flashback, and we see like Eddie walking around, and then maybe after that like we'll actually have Eddie and Samantha and Maxis all 3 before our own eyes. So maybe that'll happen, who knows, I think it will. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is pretty much it for my theory here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to comment and subscribe for more zombie content. This has been Dax, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.